Hi everybody, I'm Ashley Daley, Editor-in-Chief of the Videoenterprise.com. So going green is one of those terms that sounds really good in theory, but it's hard to measure. As we know, video conferencing technology is touted as being green. Manufacturers and vendors claim that their systems reduce travel and therefore is green, which makes sense on the surface, right? If employees are not having to drive in their cars or having to fly in airplanes, then using video conferencing technology thereby saves CO2 emissions and is thereby green. But is it though? How much travel do you need to do to pay for the carbon cost of your video conferencing equipment? Corporations for a long time have been feeling the pressure to be socially responsible, to give back and reduce their carbon footprint. And you can't deny it, going green is almost even a fad of the 21st century. So are video conferencing manufacturers or vendors preying on this? Or are VC systems truly better for the environment? One scientist with the Welsh Video Network set out back in 2010 to figure it out. He was working to find answers to questions such as how much energy is consumed in the production, installation, support, and then eventual disposal of equipment. He also wanted to know how much electricity does a studio full of equipment consume when in use. Taking these factors into consideration, what travel savings must be made to produce a net reduction of greenhouse gas emissions? Well, really interesting. In testing the power consumption of VC technology, he used 3 of the current top range and entry-level equipment and also used older equipment. In general, the results indicated that age is no guide to power consumption, although more modern equipment is generally more power hungry. Similarly, the more versatile the equipment, so basically the more modern encoding algorithms supported for audio and video, the more bandwidth that is utilized, the higher resolution supported, the more inputs and outputs the equipment supports and that sort of thing, the more power the equipment actually consumes. Now, the test results also indicated that it is generally true that the more expensive the equipment is to purchase, the higher its energy costs will be. Other results indicate that in almost every case, putting a codec into standby does not result in a significant drop in power being consumed by the unit, and that codecs are not the most significant power consumers in a studio. Can you guess what it is? Screens. Now, while all of this sounds bad, there are companies who say VC technology is green and saving a little green too. For example, an article in Scientific America claims that Atlanta-based Vanguard Truck Centers, which sells and services trucks, has saved the company $85,000 a year in travel and expenses, and more importantly for the climate, 135 pounds of CO2 emissions. So what are your thoughts? Is video conferencing technology truly green? Has your company actually seen the numbers? Let's discuss it on the message boards. Looking forward to seeing you there. For the Video Enterprise, I'm Ashley Daley.